What up, though? What's cracking, Scorpio? I hope that all of my beautiful and my handsome Scorpios out there are doing well. So this is going to be your horoscope for July the 26th. If anything resonates, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And if you're interested in a personal, my email will be in the description box below. All right, you guys. So you got some good news coming in. So this weekend, for some of you, you can be receiving like a letter in the mail. You can be receiving an email. If this doesn't happen this weekend, I feel like within the next 7 days you're going to get some type of surprise here, okay? This can be a miracle. This information that you're going to receive with this letter could give you some type of encouragement, okay? So maybe you were feeling like something wasn't going to work in your favor. For some of you, this can have to do like with a court decision or something that has you frustrated. This could have been about a natural disaster, okay? So maybe you're home, maybe you're involved in some type of natural disaster, okay? You can be getting something from like your insurance company or something about a payout here. All right, for some of you, this could have been a situation, like I stated, that left you very frustrated. It's been taking, there could have been a lot of going back and forth, a lot of litigation, is what I'm hearing. For some of you, this has to do with you suing somebody, okay? This can have to do with some type of claim. This can be like workers' comp. This can be a lawsuit, something here that's going on. For some of you, maybe you've been protesting. They've been having different protests around the world, going on. So maybe you're fighting for your rights, fighting for some type of cause. But I feel like whatever this letter is, this information, you're going to be finding out. This has to do something about, a situation that's left you very frustrated here. This could have to do about a lawsuit, workers' comp, something of that situation. All right, now we have teamwork. So I feel like you could be collaborating. For some of you, you will be networking with people, from different cities, different countries, different states. So I feel like for a particular cause, you can be coming together with other people here, or you're just going to have people who want to possibly collaborate with you. I feel like you've been putting in a lot of hard work. All right, some of you guys know the harvest time isn't until the fall, but I really feel like you're like receiving the fruits of your labor. Like you've been putting in that hard work, and like now it's time for you to reap the benefits. Come on through spirit. Now it's time for you to reap the benefits. For some of you, you could be into cultivating. Maybe you're, trying to grow some products here, grow some fruits, vegetables, whatever it is. But I feel like something here has reached some type of conclusion. Like I said, this can be this good news that we got coming in, okay? For some of you, you're about to experience some type of gain. This can be some type of profit here, all right? Now, you could be homeless, Scorpio. Maybe this good news that you're going to hear is going to be about a current living situation or housing. All right. Or there's someone in your energy that feels like a failure. This person feels like a castaway. And for some of you, they may not be doing very well financially here. So let's call out some of these numbers I see. You can be 42, 38, 51, 72, 25, or 53. Okay. Any of those numbers can be significant. So let's look at this homeless energy. Let's see who this is and who is this person that feels like a castaway for some of you. This could be how you feeling, Maybe you feel up on some hard times and you haven't had any support of your family and friends or people, who know about your living situation. Like these people can know what's going on and it's like they haven't offered you any help, okay? But I'm feeling really picking up the energy of someone feels like a castaway in your life. Like you kind of threw this person to the side, you don't speak to them, you don't talk to them, you would acknowledge this person. Like in your eyes, they don't even fucking exist. Okay? So let's look at this homeless energy. Tell us about this castaway. Messages for my Scorpios. I love you, Scorpio. Tell us about this castaway energy. Clarify this castaway. Who was this? All right, so this is this King of Wands. All right, so this King of Wands, you guys, this could be a male, this can be a female. Just because we say king or queen, that doesn't mean they're necessarily a man every time. So this King of Wands is feeling homeless. This can be someone, their energy was blocked. So they might have supposed to been like a King of Wands in your life, someone full of passion, determination. This could have been someone who's supposed to be loyal and be this strong provider. But I feel like they lacked energy or experience. So this person wanted to be that King of Wands. They wanted to be that provider, that leader in your life, kind of like that emperor. But it was like they didn't have the experience. They did not have the experience to feel some type of role or some type of position that they were wanting to fill. This is more someone who wants to be controlling here. Okay, so this is really kind of giving me karmic energy. All right, and the reason why I say karmic energy is because karmics are people who like to control everything. Okay, they like control every aspect of your life. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't get their way, if things don't go the way that they want to, that's when you start to see the very nasty side of this person here, okay? You were dealing with someone who was more like a tyrant. Like they were like, oh, you gonna do what I say. You know, like this person that was very ruthless, okay? So I feel like for some of you, it was like you didn't even recognize this was the type of person that you were dealing with. You did not know this King of Wands energy or whoever this was, could have been a Scorpio or a Sag. Like they represented this type of energy because I feel like when you first connected with them, this is not what they showed you. You know, this is not your first impression of this person. Like they showed you something else. But it was like the longer that you dealt with this person, the longer that you were around them, you start to see some shit. You start to see their true colors. You were dealing with someone who was full of pride, but they had a big ass ego. When someone has a big ass ego, Scorpio, this means this person is never wrong. This is someone who doesn't like to admit that they're wrong, but the biggest thing is, in their eyes, they're not wrong. If anything happens, this is someone who always blames everybody else. They never take responsibility. They never take accountability for everything, anything that they do. This person will never apologize. And if they do apologize, that shit ain't gonna be genuine. That shit ain't gonna be sincere. They're just gonna say some shit to get you to shut the hell up. Okay? So this could have been the type of man, woman, boss, co-worker, friend, anybody that you were dealing with now. But they feel like a castaway. This person feel like you just kind of threw them out to the wolves because I feel like you don't want to deal with this person. Why you want to deal with somebody who got this destructive ass behavior? You know, they get mad, they want to punch holes in the walls and throw pictures and fuck up your nice shit because they ain't got nothing nice to live in. You know what I'm saying? This person don't care about your feelings. They selfish. The only person they're in for, the only person they care about is their own doggone self. Okay, so if this is how this person feels, like you don't threw their ass to the wolves and let their ass sit over there and get ate up by the wolves. Okay, tell us more about this castaway. Messages for my Scorpios. I love you, Scorpio. Give us another one on this castaway. All right, we got 9 of Wands. I feel like this is someone that was just out of control. You know, I feel like you gave this person time after chance. You know what I'm saying? You gave them multiple chances to kind of get their shit together. So it's like you did communicate with this person. You let them know what was bothering you, what was going on. But in their eyes, like I said, they weren't doing anything wrong. If you had an issue, a problem with anything that was going on, Scorpio, this person looked at you like you were the fucking problem. Because, baby, they don't do no wrong, okay? This is that type of energy. I feel like you try different approaches with this person. You know, if you're somebody who used to get mad and pissed off, you know, you try to talk to them calmly. Like you tried different things to get your point across to this person, but none of that shit mattered. This person didn't give a damn because they were only in it for themselves. Okay, they didn't give a damn about your feelings or none of that. I feel like you became victim to this person. Remember, I did a karmic reading the other day and talked about, you know, being victim of karmics here. I feel like you did all that you can do to prove yourself to this person, but it was like it still was not enough. And that's what karmics do. Like it's like you'll go over and beyond. You can bend over backwards for these folks, but it's like nothing is never good enough for them. Okay. So heavy fire energy. Like I said, we had Sag, heavy Sag energy is that. Sag and Scorpio. All right, y'all. So let's see who this reading is about for my Scorpios. We got Aquarius, Gemini, Taurus, Leo, Capricorn, Leo, Virgo, Aries. Who is this about for Scorpio? Capricorn, Leo, Scorpio, Aries again. Gemini, Libra, Leo, and Pisces. All right, you guys. I love you. And until next time, stay blessed.